Hi guys, welcome again to another UltraCon podcast. And today we have a special guest with us. Today is Gonçalo Pereira from Peraison. He's a partner from Peraison. So today we'll speak about the IT market in Europe and also in Australia. So you are in Australia. So,
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So today we are speaking about trendings and so about markets, so about innovation. And welcome, Gonçalo.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Rafael. Good morning. Thank you for having me. Yeah, that's correct. My name is Gonçalo Pereira. I'm a partner at Peraison. Nowadays, in terms of office, we are in Portugal, UK, and in Australia. But in terms of project-wise, we are worldwide. Okay. So we deliver in several parts of the world. And yeah, excited to be here to give my thoughts about some topics. Again, just my opinions, and let's see how it goes.
Nice. We have Peter so far big specialists in this area. You are a data consultancy, yes?
Yes. So Peraison, we specialize in data and everything that is around data. So we go with our customers from the very beginnings, like strategy, until the actual implementation. So where we actually come in to help our customers is when they have some sort of vision in terms of what they want to do, in terms of, like we usually say, to be data-driven. Mm-hmm. So we go there, try to help them on the strategy, then try to prepare their company, their organization in terms of the data-wise, make sure data is actually ready to be read, to be shown. And then at the end, actually build all the infrastructure, build all the tools around that data. Then after that part, we also specialize in the part that is actually software development, where we actually create data products. So sometimes some of our customers, because of the market where they are, they actually have a need to sell their data. So what we do is we combine our expertise in data and with software development to create those data products. And then, of course, our customers can resell their data in their local market and worldwide market.
Nice, interesting trend. But Gonçalo, we are speaking about Peraison, the firm that you are partner. But tell me a little more about yourself, your background, your big projects that you have made part of it in the past.
Yeah.
So that people can meet you a little better.
I will try not to bore anyone with my story. But yeah, so I started a little bit like 15 years ago in this world. I already knew since the beginning that I wanted to do something about computers. I was very fascinated with computers. Started as a normal software development, Java, C#, those kind of language. In Portugal, of course, everyone knows, and in the world, OutSystems also work with that. But then eventually shift to the data world. More specifically with the technology called Click, and now ClickSense. And as soon as I emerged in that world, I never left. Of course, nowadays we expand in terms of technology-wise, based on the customer needs. But again, all about the data is what we do. Project-wise, that's actually a very interesting question. I like to say the project that create more impact on me is based on the real impact I saw in our customer. So one, it was actually very interesting. One of my biggest projects was actually still here in Portugal, because eventually I actually moved to London. And it was one that we were building like the entire dashboard around finance, supply chain, and all of that. And at one point of the process, we actually start going to the meetings where there was the CEO, the CFO, COOs and stuff. And they were all using our dashboards. All our source of information was actually built by. So that part creates the impact that, yes, we are doing something that the others are actually using. Other projects that I think it was actually really cool is one that we have on the aviation sector, where we creating that data products that I'm saying, and we actually shift the way that market is actually working. So we managed to create in a partnership, of course, with a major consultancy in the aviation. We actually created a data product that today is an award-winning product in that spec. These are the two. Again, I have others, and I'm being unfair to lots of other projects, but these two are definitely the ones that you actually saw something changing.
Wow, nice, nice, very cool, very interesting. Just a curiosity, because I listen OutSystems. What are your favorite language?
Yeah. Yeah. Again, in here I'm going to be a little bit biased because at the end I spend most of the times in this part. I love the part in terms of programming, but again, click in this spec, they have actually a very scripting side, very powerful. So that was one thing that I actually enjoy to do. But again, normally now any language, programming language, I actually enjoy because of the logic. You build the stuff with the logic, with your logic, how you build it. So as an example, if I talk about today, I'm actually enjoying when I'm doing like stuff in Python, PySpark, with Databricks or some other tool like Fabric. So again, those parts is allowing us to go back in time when we used to do like actually proper programming for data warehouses and for actually like web pages and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm
Resuming a technology enthusiast.
Yeah, I try to be. Sometimes is also difficult because again, technology is always shifting, is always changing, and us being a company, we need to adapt to the market. Because if we don't adapt, we just go to oblivion and we are forgotten. So that's our reality.
And now a special topic, technological trends. Gonçalo, what do you think machine learning and AI will shape the future in IT?
Well, it's impossible not to say that they are not shaping, right? So even from the start, when we start getting the data science part, so data science, machine learning, and now AIs, it will be, I would say, the future in the next 5 to 10 years, and see how they continue to evolve and update and actually bring new stuff. I think it's going to be interesting to see how they can actually evolve. Again, because I'm also a movie enthusiast, I just hope AI doesn't become Skynet, but it's one thing that we will need to wait and see. Now, but I think it will bring lots of value if it is well used, like everything, and it will definitely shape the way we work today in all the markets, not just IT, everywhere. It will shape the way we work, it will shape the way we study things, the way we understand things, and definitely it's going to be the future, in my opinion.
I think also all the areas are converging to AI and machine learning in way to innovate and to split from the analogic side to a new era. But about innovation, what do you see in the next 5 years about innovation, about software and another IT innovation trends? What do you see in this area with AI and machine learning? What do you see in the next 5 years, the future?
Yeah. So AI definitely is improving every single day, right? So again, I'm going to be probably a little bit rudimentary in terms of what I'm going to say, but AI started, or what we saw, small things like ChatGPT. They already shift the way how we consume information. Like I usually say, it's like Google on steroids. Again, still, we need to be careful because we need to know what this information is giving us. So we need to understand, we need to try to see how it adapts to our reality. But again, if we start being able to deliver what we heard that is possible and the possibilities, it's going to be enormous, right? We already talking about, again, machine learnings and AIs like cars driving themselves. Probably in the future, planes will be by themselves, no pilots, no nothing, because machine learning, it will understand what's happening, all the conditions, everything, and it will be all automatic, and it's going to be normal part of our evolution.
Nice. Also with trucks, we see Elon Musk trying to develop some auto trucks. So it will be a enthusiastic feature or alarmistic in some points.
It depends, right? Again, one thing that is very important for all of this, and that's why we are also in this area, Peraison, like in the data world, for us to be able to navigate to that kind of world, we need data. And the data needs to be ready to be consumed in that way. And again, all the organizations will need to be ready. It's not just we want AI or we want machine learning. It's are you ready to do that jump? Do you have the foundations to do that jump? Because it is the thing, even what happens with, what happens with Tesla is they are in some way, of course, a car company, but they are also a data company because all the sensors that Tesla has are bringing all the data to their probably massive servers. They are learning that data, they are processing that data, and everything is like a source of truth and learning for the machine learnings, for the AIs, to then go to the next step and the next step and the next step. So, and that is where we actually come, or we try to go with our customers, try to help them to prepare to that journey. Do you have the foundations to go where you want to go? At least we try, and we had a good success with some customers where we started with Excels, and nowadays they are predicting their sales forecasts, they are budgets, and they are now starting to look into generative AI in terms of LLMs and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Limit is the sky.
Exactly.
Because everything is data.
Exactly. Now it's like several people in this area, and they say, and correctly, like the data is the new oil, right? And is the thing, like in the future, not in the future, now it's already happening. The data that the person creates is enormous. And if you have the infrastructure and if you have the knowledge, you can almost know what the person is thinking, what they want, what they are going to buy in the next 6 months. Again, it is amazing, but at the same time is also scary. Like in terms of that personal space, in some ways starts to fade, but at the same time, your life becomes much easier because almost everyone knows what you want.
Yeah.
So it's a mixed feelings, but that's why these areas is actually interesting. And at the end, let's imagine what these kind of capabilities and AI can bring to this understanding of data that sometimes the human eye cannot see. And my hope is, again, with AI, we'll start at one point be in a position where can find situations that the human, of course, has some limitation. So AI can help us, like with solving diseases and finding cures to lots of stuff, and to, in general, to improve our way of life. But again, it's still far away. So let's go step by step and be realistic.
Yes,
that is a very important part.
That's it. I concur. So in this part of the podcast, some students of some universities worldwide are being curious. I'm almost finished my postgraduate, and what area should I follow? Can you give an advice in terms of IT careers from these students? What can you say to them?
Well, this is just an opinion.
Yes.
It will not work for everyone. So nowadays, the offers is enormous, right? The IT, it's like cybersecurity, development, data, like again, thousands and thousands of possibilities, and every single day they are, creating new ones that we didn't even know that they exist. But the thing that I think the most important is in the beginning of anyone's career is try to find what you really liked. For instance, in my case, I started actually working in the support area, support and stuff. After a year, I said, oh, this is not for me. So I tried to look something that was more engaging and more interesting for me. So I think that is a great topic in terms of find what you really like and your passion. And then inside of that passion, try to educate yourself. You have post-graduations in data science, machine learning, in AI. So if this is a subject that you like, educate yourself there. But again, find first your passion, not what the other ones tell you what is your passion, it's what you really like, and then follow that path the best you can and try to consume the knowledge and use other people's knowledge in your advantage.
Specialist advice, pick it. So, after this great advice from Gonçalo, another question. We have two interesting points to follow IT careers. The first one is motivation, and the second one is burnout.
Yeah.
How can you lead our Peraison, and you, Gonçalo, as partner of Peraison, how do you lead in this in a daily basis to avoid these professionals from burnout?
Yeah. So those are very interesting and sensible topics, to be fair. So both topics is always in two ways, company and us as person. I think it only works when we have the balance between both of them. It's not just the person, it's not just the company. So one thing in terms of motivation is, again, like I was saying previously in the advice is, again, if you find what you really like, by default, you're already motivated pursuing that. So that's the person side. Then you have the company side that is trying, of course, sometimes it's not possible in 100%, but try to see if people are actually enjoying what they are doing, why they are enjoying, and try to replicate that as much as possible. So again, you have someone that is actually motivating and doing what they like, and that will be the best result to your customers. Then the burnout, that is actually the part in terms of if you are really doing what you enjoy, in theory, you are not pushing yourself like to an extreme limit. Yeah. But then comes the company side that is, again, like everywhere in the world, we have projects that are good in terms of their work and everything goes according to the plan. We have other projects that sometimes something happens and it's difficult. But the thing is, of course, in some situations, we are more relaxed because things are working well. Other situations like, okay, we had a problem, we need to fix it. That is fine if it is the exception. Now, if you have a problem like that for 6 months, 12 months, 24 months, that is already a big problem in the company. Because again, it's like you are pushing your people into the limits in terms of, because probably the project was not well structured, was not well planned in terms of, do we have enough people to do what we promise? So again, it will be always a balance between the person and the company, and both of them need to work together to find that balance and to make sure they keep healthy, let's say like this.
Yes. Because it's an interesting issue, because burnouts are increasing in some areas, almost in IT. And upon the COVID, the burnout was very high in some areas on IT side. So take advice from Gonçalo, also from Peraison, okay? And take care of your health, okay? It's very important to take care from you, okay? Another topic, challenges and opportunities. In the upcoming years, where do you see Peraison?
Yeah, so basically we need to be constantly evolving ourselves and shape our future, right? Again, IT world is very dynamic, it's always shifting. So that is definitely one of the mandates. We need to make sure we follow the market, we follow the trends, and we specialize in terms of how we can use those trends to bring value to our customers. Of course, saying is much easier than actually doing. But again, in this case, I think in the part that is going to be very important, at least in the near future, will be how can we actually leverage AI to help our customers achieve what they want to achieve. And it can be sometimes reduce cost, increase sales, or just create more structure in their company. So it's find a real reason in terms of how can we give them that benefit for them and to actually use it. Because sometimes is that kind of thing. We heard the buzzwords AI, data science, machine learning, but if they are not implemented in the right way, they don't bring the value, right? So it's more to try to find with our customers how they can actually leverage those ones. Do they have the structure to leverage them? And if yes, let's go on that journey together and build what we need to build.
Nice. So we can resume that you, Peraison, see your clients as partners.
Yes. Well, we need to be partners, right? It's not a relationship in terms of just selling, right? Is the way we try to do it is the part, if our customer is winning, we are winning, right? Because we are doing something right.
Yes.
And if they are winning because we are doing something right, we have a partnership that will last 5, 10, 20, 50 years, right? If we try just with the part, just sell, just buy this, just buy that, again, we might be able to get the sale, but it's going to be that immediate, right? And then there is no trust, there is no partnership for the long term.
Yes.
So what we are always trying to achieve is, okay, we are two different companies. You have your objectives, we have ours. Our objective is to help you. So let's work together, make a partnership last, so you can win and we can win.
So in the trust is an interesting word because nowadays we are seeing worldwide that the trust is made on our effort, our delivery, and the way that we see things and we work and things. Your company Peraison is a consulting services. You sell consulting services. In that consulting services, it will be implementations, rollouts, and another sort of services. In consulting services, what do you think is the most difficulties to sell the consulting services?
Yeah. So mostly the main one is trust, right? It is almost like, of course, we can go with an amazing product, with an amazing future, with like telling you that this tool that I have will start making gold. But are you going to trust me if you don't know me? Do you know what I mean? So it's more in terms of at the end, in all around the world, in all the markets, we are people, right?
Yeah.
And we go after people that we trust. So it's almost like, of course, when we go to a new customer, especially, we need to try to show where are they going to win working with us, and then start building that trust together. Because again, it will need to be a win-win scenario. Yeah. So it cannot be in a situation that we just go to make money and leave. No, here is our product. This is where you're going to win. And this is how we are going to win. Now, let's try, have a conversation and see how it works. But again, trust is the most important part for two people to make business. If you don't trust, if you're like, you probably will not close the contract. So you need to trust the people. You need to trust someone to embark in the journey together.
Nice. And also UltraCon, our slogan is tailor-made partnerships. So all about trust. Everything about trust, okay? You must trust your partners, and Peraison and UltraCon also will be a great partners based on trust. And our podcast is finishing, and I want to thank you for your availability to be here with us today. So,
thank you very much for having me. It was fun. Always interesting to share some ideas and some thoughts. So thank you very much for the invite.
Also, I want to thank you that we are following our podcast. So please visit our social medias and put some likes there, okay? See you in our next podcast. Forte abraço!
Muito obrigado por tudo.